railway train. The old railway tracks behind Mama Loretta's house weren't supposed to be used anymore. Everybody in the district knew that. Rust covered the rails, bush grew up between the wood, and not a single train had passed there in years. But tonight, something was different. A low choo-choo echoed through the hills. Gianni sat up on the veranda, his eyes narrowing. Mommy, you hear that? Mama Loretta didn't even look up from shelling peas. Hear what? That sound like a train. She paused for a second, then gave a small smile. Some sounds only come when they're ready for be heard. Gianni frowned. That sounded like one of her mysterious answers. The sound came again, louder this time. Choo choo. Gianni jumped to his feet. Mega check it out. Gianni! His mother called after him, but he was already halfway down the yard, heart thumping with excitement. The moon lit up the old railway line as Gianni pushed through the tall grass, and then he saw it. A shining black steam train, glowing softly like it was made of moonlight and memory, rolling slowly along the rusty tracks. Gianni's mouth dropped open. Nossa, this can't reel. The train hissed gently and came to a stop right in front of him. The door creaked open, and a tall conductor stepped out, dressed in an old-fashioned uniform, gold buttons gleaming. Evening, young traveler, the man said with a warm smile. You coming aboard, or are you just going to stand there all night? Gianni blinked. But train no run again. The conductor tipped his hat. Not for everyone. Then he leaned in slightly and whispered, only for those who curious. Gianni hesitated, then grinned. All right then, me ready. Inside the train was alive, with soft golden light. Wooden seats shone like new, and the windows shimmered like they were showing more than just the night outside. Where we a go? Gianni asked, sitting down carefully. The conductor smiled. Back. Back? Back where? Back in time. Before Gianni could ask another question, choo! The train jerked forward, and suddenly the world outside began to change. The bushes disappeared. The rusty tracks became new again. And just like that, Gianni was no longer in present-day Jamaica. Outside the window, people bustled about in old-time clothes. Men loaded barrels onto carts, women carried baskets on their heads, children ran barefoot along the tracks, laughing. What? Oh, what kind of place this? Gianni whispered. Jamaica, the conductor said calmly, long time ago, when the railway was the heart of the island. Gianni pressed his face to the window. So train really used to run all over? Oh, yes, the conductor said. From Kingston to Montego Bay, carrying people, food, stories, connecting the whole island. As the train moved forward, Gianni saw farmers loading sugarcane, fishermen bringing their catch, and families waving as the train passed. Everywhere felt alive, connected. The train slowed again. Time for your next stop, the conductor said. Gianni stepped off, and suddenly he was standing in a small countryside station. A little boy about his age struggled to carry a heavy basket. Gianni ran over. You need help? The boy smiled. Yeah, man, thanks. Together, they carried the basket onto the train. Gianni paused. He had never thought about it like that before. The train wasn't just a train. It was helping people live. Back on board, the conductor nodded. You see now? Gianni nodded slowly. Yeah, it wasn't just transportation. The conductor smiled. Exactly. Choo! The train began to glow brighter. The world outside started to blur again. When it stopped, Gianni found himself back at the old railway behind his mother's house. Quiet, still, like nothing had happened. He turned quickly. Wait, may I see you again? The conductor tipped his hat one last time. Whenever you remember, that's when you'll see me. The train faded into the night. Gianni walked back to the yard slowly, his mind full. His mom Loretta looked up as he approached. So you hear the train? Gianni smiled. Yeah, mommy, me hear it, and me ride it too. She chuckled softly. Good. Then you understand now. Understand what? That some parts of Jamaican history, them never really gone. Gianni looked back toward the tracks, now quiet under the moonlight, and just for a second he could still hear it. Choo